one of the top experts in the world on sales.
King of collaboration.
He's on the cutting edge, and what he does works.
Jim Padilla.
CEO of Gain the Edge.
He is the leader when it comes to sales and conversions.
A sales and business coach to some of the biggest names in the country.
Jim Padilla is known as the go-to guy for all things sales.
All right. Hello. Welcome to the Make More Sales podcast. And so good and so glad to be able to be in front of you for some more great lessons and content here. And Jim Padilla with Gain the Edge, Cyndi Padilla here with me on our Jim and Cyndi live. And with a twist, because if you're on the podcast, you're catching this. If you're watching this in recording, you'll see that it is not live. So for this day, we cannot ask you to let us know if you're live or on the recording. There's some technology going on that somebody made a change with that we got to figure out. But what we do want to talk about today is what is at stake for you and for them. Them meaning your clients, the marketplace, the people you serve, the people that you get in front of, the people you solve problems for. And we really want to tap into one of the things that we see people miss often because we're too busy trying to conduct a transaction instead of lead to an outcome. And the outcome should be solving the problem that has everything to do with what's at stake for them, right? So what do you think about when you hear that, Cyndi?
What's at stake? I don't believe that when we start, I believe that when we get into the business aspect, especially we get into the sales, we forget about what's at stake and why we're doing this, why it matters, what's our mission, what's our passion project. And we just get all turned and twisted in a sales conversation, which to your point can be very transactional. And, the way we do it, obviously, is very transformational.
Yeah. So I want to know what you think. When I say what's at stake, I would love for you to type in the comments here in the Facebook group where this is posted. And or if you're listening on the podcast, if you are, please make sure that you rate, review, and subscribe and go into the show notes. There's contact information for us. I want to hear from you. I want to put it in the comments. I want to know what is at stake for you. What's at stake for your clients? What do you believe is at stake for your clients if they don't buy from you? If they don't, and it's not about if they don't buy from you, it's about if they don't get the problem solved that you are uniquely here designed to solve for them. Okay. So I would love to hear that. Go ahead and type in the chat and then, and reach out to us because we want to know. This is important to us because we build our content based on what you need and what we know helps. And so the more we know what are the problems you're trying to solve, the more we can speak to how do you try to solve those in the sales conversation? How do you position yourself as that solution before they even come so that they're already showing up with an expectation of you wanting to solve that problem for them? And when they do, when you show up when they show up looking for you to be the person that solves that problem, they lean in with a higher level of engagement. They lean in with a higher level of participation and ownership. They start seeing that, okay, I'm going to show up here knowing that this problem can be solved versus show up here with my arms crossed going, prove something to me. Show me what you got, right? This person is a longer journey away from a solution than the person who said, what do you have for me? How are we going to do this? Right? So you want to make sure that you're always speaking to that as much as possible, which is why we're talking about that with you right now, right? Because at some point you get in a conversation with us or participating in an event, someplace where we have the opportunity to present an offer to you, put something in front of you, you're already partway down the road with us because you understand, we know, and we're already engaged in the perspective of how do we help you show up as more important, more relevant, more value, more positioned as the ideal person who will solve their problem. That's the game we play. We're here to help you become the hero to your clients, right? So you're going to show up with here a little bit different in a conversation than somebody who's trying to sell you a sales process, right? Because of the positioning. And we want you to be thinking about that for the people that you serve. Make sense? All right, hoorah. So here's a tool that I've created. We have our positioning pyramids, and if there's plenty of videos in here that to speak to that. So pyramids and triangles are all over my brain, and so I'm trying to keep more of that in alignment here. And here's a couple of things that I want you to think about. Just on a piece of paper that you've got, I want you to just draw a big X across the paper, one blank piece of paper. Okay, it's what you're going to see. It's two different triangles, right? Form pyramids. So two open-ended X, so it forms two triangles. The goal here is what's at stake for them. So at the top here of the top portion of this, I want you to look at what's at stake for them. For them. Don't worry about the rest of this. We'll fill this in as we go. Okay, what's at stake for them? And for me, I'm just, we think about what's at stake for you, right? Your legacy, your revenue, right? The impact you make, the self-worth that comes when you do make that impact and when you're having that money and you're delivering outcomes for the clients that you serve. The self-worth that lacks if you don't. We start questioning ourselves. We start doubting ourselves. We start having anxiety. We start wondering, are we an imposter? Are we, what's wrong with me? Am I a fraud? Am I a hypocrite because I'm telling people to do something that I'm not even doing, right? We all go through a lot of mind shift, mind trash, right? Head trash that goes on that all speaks into what's at stake. That's at stake for you. If you have to battle, am I worth it? Which I've done. We've had times where we've had a bad month or not the month that we wanted or not the outcome that we looked at. And I'm always looking at the man in the mirror going, are you really good at this? Is this your thing? Should you be doing this? Why? What's going on here? Right? And I start feeling like I'm a fraud, a hypocrite, right? And I know from when we've talked to our clients over and over in our marketplace, and we know these are the things that are at stake for you, right? Your movement is at stake. Your mission is at stake. Your income, your retirement, your legacy, what you're going to leave for your kids and your grandkids, your side hustle, your project, your charity, your nonprofit, all of these things depend on you being able to show up as the right person, making sales, having no challenge making sales, being able to make sales at will and on command, right? And so all of this, if you look at this starts to take the shape of a funnel. Right? And I am at the end of this funnel. Jim and Cyndi are at the end of this funnel. Gain the Edge is at the end of this funnel. We know that what's in it at stake all helps lead to the problems that we can solve. We can help fix the revenue. We can help fix the positioning. We can help fix the conversions, fix the ability for you to be seen, heard, and delivered as an expert, right? Which then gets you on point with your mission, your movement, eliminates the fraud because you don't have to all the extra doubt because instead of good and bad months and inconsistent income, you're getting to a place where you're having good months and great months and consistent and predictable revenue, which is what starts eliminating the hypocrisy, right? Which starts eliminating the fraud, starts increasing the self-worth, seeing more impact, right? More revenue, more legacy. These are the things that help. What's at stake for you is solved in large part by what we do here, right? So I'm at the top of this here. Cyndi and I do this. Okay. Is that making sense for you? Right? Are you seeing that? Now, okay. So I'm speaking to you on this, but for you in this part, don't fill out anything else here. We're going to get to the rest of this in a sec. What's in the top of yours? What's at stake for your clients? What's at stake for the people you serve? What are the things that really, really matter to them and who else? And you could put anything you want in here. They'll have happier marriages, right? What's at stake for them? The longevity of their marriage, their future, their ability to, their health, their fitness, their finance. What is it that you solve and all of the things that go around it? And of course, if you've done the 1-inch mile exercise, which we've gone through, right, in previous episodes, then all that stuff factors in here. Everything you know about the person, the who, everything you know about their problem, everything you know about their solution. And from that, you start diving into and start pulling out of that what is at stake for them. What are your thoughts there, Cyndi? You look like you're going to say something.
Well, and it's always more than the one problem you solve, right? That's your positioning, that's your hook. But we're talking about far more. We're talking about legacy. We're talking about, your own personal health and wellness and well-being, because you are generating revenue, because you are contributing. Everybody wants to contribute. And the more contribution, then your revenue is a match for the level of contribution and your passion projects and your missions can be filled. And those are the people that we attract. Those are the people that we work with to help them fuel their missions.
So, and everything Cyndi just said is great. She's speaking to you about you as the expert. So that's actually the bottom half of this. That's because this part is what's at stake for your clients. And I'm talking, this is what's at stake for you because you're our marketplace, right? You're the people we serve. But for you, everything in this top part is what are your followers? What is your market? What are your clients, your prospects? What's at stake for them? Because the more you can pull that into the conversation and hold them accountable to it, right? These are the things you stand for. These are the things you'll fight for. These are the things you will hold the line for. When they go, well, I don't know. You say, no. You just said legacy. You just said you will not let this happen to your grandkids. You just said you cannot tolerate this any longer and you must do something about it. I'm going to hold you accountable to doing something about it. Right? You're going to help them make better decisions. You're going to help them get clear on the consequences of not making those decisions. You're going to help them see very clearly the reality of the situation that they have created and that they're living in. Right? Because you're clear at what's at stake for them and you are going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that they see it clearly. Okay. We've talked about the park bench approach to the conversation, to sales conversation, right? What do they want? Why do they want it? What's in the way of them getting it? What are they willing to give up to get it? And when do they want to start? This is really about the why piece. Why do they want it? Why do they want it? What's at stake for them? When you can tap in clearly into this, you're going to start really holding that line. What do they want? Why do they want it? Why does it matter so much? What is at stake? Right? And that's going to help them make great decisions based on the fact that there are real consequences to them not solving these problems and not taking action now to do so. Okay, so if you get to the bottom half of this, this is about you. What up here is what's at stake for them. Down here is what's at stake for you. What's at stake for us? I'm putting me in this example here, right? Us and and Gain the Edge, Jim and Cyndi. What's at stake for us? Our impact, our purpose, right? Our movement, the ecosystem we're creating, where everybody inside of our network can support each other, a fully self-sustaining network of professionals, of world changers, of problem solvers, of heroes, of people who are taking your skills and gifts to the world because we're equipping you in every way possible through our own skill sets, through our partners, through our services, through our network. We're doing everything we can to lift you and elevate you so that you can win, right? And have all the support that you need. Our Gain the Edge partner network, right? We're big into. We are here to help you become a better partner to other people, help you become a more profitable partner, help you become a desirable, referable brand, right? We are, our mission, part of what's at stake for us is we are here to be a revenue machine. We have the ability to earn revenue in ways that a lot of people just haven't ever seemed to figure out, right? We believe we are here to be hero makers. We're here to make you a hero to the people that you serve. We are opportunity creators. And I'm sorry you can't see more on the bottom of this, but that's what's down there. It says opportunity makers and hero makers, opportunity creators, and God, right? We are here to serve God. We are here to elevate people and be able to help people see and experience and utilize the gifts that God has given them to the full measure that they are capable, that you are capable to be able to bring to the world, right? And at the end of the day, right, it starts there. That's what's in it for us. And all of those things should lead directly to them. In our case, them is you. Right? So for us to be able to make the impact we want, live on purpose, have the movement we want, create the ecosystem, the Gain the Edge partner network, earn the revenue that we want, become a hero maker to people like to you and opportunity creators for you, right? It all leads us to finding the people, you, who are looking for legacy, looking for revenue, fighting for impact, fighting for self-worth, fraud, eliminate the fraud and the hypocrisy from not being able to be consistently powerful in your revenue generation and opportunities, right? It should all be aligned. What's at stake for you should be perfectly in alignment with what's at stake for them. And that is, for us, this is the lane we live in. This is the channel that we swim in. This is it. We spent this is our 1 inch mile. We spent all of our time here helping you live into all of those things that are at stake for you, so that we know that because we're in alignment with all of those things, we are fighting for it tooth and nail. We will stand for you every day. We will hold the line and keep putting it in front of you. Why do we go live every week? Why do we offer challenges all the time? Why do we offer solutions? We are doing everything we can to help fight for what's at stake for you. Well, we're here to help you make better decisions. We're here to help you figure out how to help others make better decisions so that you can serve them. We're here to help you see the consequences of not taking action, and help you get really positioned around the consequences of your clients not taking action so that they can fight for what's at stake for them with your support. We want to help you make all the money that you need, max out your revenue so that you have choice and control of your situation and you're empowered, because you know what's at stake for everybody. And that stuff gets solved when you've got consistent revenue and the cash register is ringing and lives are changing, right? Now you're in alignment because you're delivering what you know helps them win, right? That's when this stuff starts moving like a humming, fine-tuned machine. Is this the experience you're having right now, right? What's the ahas you're having right now? What is at stake for them? Are you in alignment? Is what's at stake for you in alignment with what's at stake for them?
If you had to sum it up, in one word, what's the one word that people need to focus on? What's the one thing that's missing in this for them?
What is missing in this for them is these two things are not in alignment. There's one, first of all, it's the awareness. Are you actually aware of all the things that are at stake for them? So awareness is the first piece and alignment would be the second, right? Because usually this is shifted. There's what's at stake for them and it's not necessarily in alignment with what's at stake for you. And so if you're fighting for what you need, but you're unwilling to claim it, like everybody's out there in the transformational world, in the coaching world, people lead with their hearts. We're here to help people. And so many times people are not even willing to claim publicly that I need to make money. I'm here to make 7 figures this year. I'm here to make 10 figures this year. If I make $5 million this year, I can build my orphanage. I can build my thing. I can do whatever, but it's got to be based on this. You have to claim the fact that you're in business and you're here to be profitable. Right? And too many times that's out of sequence. Well, the things that are necessary for you, the things that are at stake for you, require you to generate revenue, require you to be an expert and go out on a limb, require you to claim your expertise and your badassery. And too many times that's off center for the things that you want to fight for your clients. So you're having two separate battles.
And for me, like when that misalignment is there, then you don't have positioning.
That's the word you were looking for. Exactly.
You don't have positioning.
Yes.
You're not at the apex. You're not at the top of the mountain. You aren't polarizing. Your message is not compelling. You're unseen. What did we hear at Bible study last night, which I thought was amazing? It was like your goal has to be so big and
oh yeah, well, it has to be bigger than something you can accomplish. The moment when your goal has to be so big that it's going to require you to actually become something different. It's going to require you to lean on other people, right? And that's if this can be accomplished by you, then it's absolutely by default not in alignment with this, because our goal, in order for us to actually achieve the things that are at stake for us, we must help you accomplish the things that are at stake for you.
So I love that, what you just said, in that your goal has to be so big that there's no way you can accomplish it on your own, which leads to your positioning has to be so spot on to attract partners. And that's where we have seen exponential growth in our business. Our clients see exponential growth in their business is when you align perfectly with the right partners. And that doesn't happen magically. You can't just go out and knock on a bunch of doors. You have to be so well positioned to be able to speak to exactly what's at stake for you, what's at stake for your community, what's at stake for your proposed partners community. How can you come in and save the day for that community?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually would be the next level of the positioning pyramid. So that'll be the next pyramid that we put together, because it's the same thing. It's what's at stake for them, what's at stake for you, and what's at stake for your partners. They all have to be in alignment.
Yeah.
Because all of your ideal partners will show up because they also have the same interests in the ideal client, because all your partners should be serving the same client. And so you all have a vested interest in what's at stake for those people. Right. And so it all flows together. Right. So,
yes.
So that'll be the next resource.
And before we even make another resource, we have just a few minutes left before we have to go. I want to invite all of you to a webinar that we're doing tomorrow, and we'll put the link in there, but it's really about how to pitch a partner like a pro, even when you're not. And, it's what's that formula for that partner pitch? And it's really about the positioning, what's at stake for you and what's at stake for their audience and what's at stake for that influencer, for the partner that you want to serve. We're going to share how we have grown our business, how we support our clients' businesses with positioning and attracting the right partners. That's where you get exponential growth. Jim says he would always sacrifice prospecting for a client over prospecting for partners. Because when you prospect for a client, yay, you got a client. You're helping someone. When you prospect for a partner, they open doors and you help hundreds and tens and thousands of people.
There you go. So we want to hear from you. We want to know what's at stake for you and what's at stake for them. I just want you to reach out to us. Shoot us an email. If you're listening on the podcast, go in the show notes. There's contact information for us there. You can reach out to an email, reach out to on LinkedIn, on Facebook, right? Share it. I want to know what's at stake for you. What's at stake for them. Right? Because if you can send that to us, that means you can you start articulating it. And until you can start articulating it, you have no chance of actually putting it out there into the world so that people can find it. So once you start that, then you start being in alignment and everybody starts showing up and knowing what you're the expert of and why they should be in your world in the first place. And that's half the battle to winning the game of sales.
Yep.
All right, so go make some magic happen. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Share this with us. Let us know what else we can do to serve and solve your problems. And thank you, as always, for allowing us to be part of your success team.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Make More Sales podcast. If you like what you're hearing, you'll definitely want to check out our Make More Sales Facebook group, where you'll find more amazing content, including free sales training and live content happening every single week. So make sure to follow the link below to join. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show, and share it with your friends. That way, more people can learn how to make more sales without getting better at selling. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.